welcome to week 3 of the Beer League. We're going to hop right into it. My name is Mybeckasort, aka Trevor, and we're going to go right into draft, skipping everything. We're going right in. We got Uwu on the left side, SB on the right. No, Uwu on the left, SB on the right. I don't know what I said the first time. But yeah, here we go. We got a couple bands coming out. We got an Aatrox band going against, I guess, SB's top laner. And then we got Fiddlesticks coming out. Yeah, that's going to be against. That's going to be against Rowdy. He pulled it out last week. They swapped him to jungle. He was playing top lane for the first couple of days. Let's switch this over to like this, and then a little bit of that, and then let's go. It is just me tonight, no other casters. So let's make that like this. And we're good. Alright, so then on the right side, they're going to ban Wukong, Diana, and Nautilus. Nautilus going in Stragula in the bot lane, their support. And then Impact's going to get 2 bans. It's pretty common for that man to get a couple bans. So those pretty good bans, I would say. Diana and Wukong, both really good champions right now, and also great in the hands of Impacts. And on the left side, they're going to pick up Lilia. So they already took out 2 Impacts champs, so they got to pick one up before they take them all out. They pick up the Lilia. Signature Season 2, I think? Season 2 champ, yeah. That was when he was on, or maybe it was, yeah, Season 2, yeah. That's when he was on Bob, and oh my gosh, Impacts was a beast with the Lilia. Not as in meta right now. I think it's a decent champ though still. On the right side, they're going to pick up Samira and Leona. And pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty good little bot lane. Samira, pretty, she's a unique champ. You don't see too much of her in 5s. But with Leona, they both want to go in. They both, just going to dive on. But I actually think Alistar is a great pick into Samira and Leona. As I said, they want to go in, and Alistar as a champion is quite good at making people not be able to go in. So yeah, I actually really do like the Alistar pick. Yeah, and then they're gonna and they pick up Sivir, huge pick. So Sivir is just kind of the best ADC in the whole meta right now, I think. And there's no real question. I mean, Zeri is really good as well, but much harder to play, and it seems like the Beer League doesn't really play much of it. But yeah, Sivir has always been like a very contested pick, especially this week in the Beer League, but even last week and just in the past. But I think I like that bot lane's pretty good. And on the right side, they can pick up a Volibear. Not sure who wins that jungle matchup. I would assume it's pretty even. Early game, Lilia definitely does not want to get into a fight with him, but I feel like late game Lilia probably beats up Volibear pretty hardcore. And then on the left side, they're going to ban a Gnar. Yet again, going for the top laner. And also the Swain. I didn't say the Swain in the first round of bans, but Simino Moss just absolutely destroyed IQ with Swain last week. So it's definitely going to be on the ban list from now on. And then on the right side, they're going to pick up a Gragas and Nasus band. So they're going for the next one, which is the top laner for Uwu. And then a Kennen band. That is, I guess that's a top lane ban, I would assume. Maybe he plays Kennen mid. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but yeah. So that's gonna be a band. I think it's like Red Gyrodos or something is his name. Still haven't quite killed that pronunciation, but I'm pretty sure that is their top laner. And they probably pick up a mid laner here. Yeah, there it is, Silas. Yeah, they have decent Silas ults so far. I think it's fine. I don't know if it's the greatest blind pick, but with the ults he has right now, it's Gyarados. Am I saying it right, Cody? First pick, Lilia seems a little troll. Yeah, I don't think it's the greatest pick either. I guess they were just kind of concerned about Impact's Chample, or they just didn't want to. Oh, it's Gyarados? Like that? Gyarados? But yeah, so I don't know if it was a champ pool thing, because I know Impacts hasn't been playing as much League, so it might only be comfortable on a few champions. I know I've been there myself, so it might just be that. And also, jungle sometimes feels good to first pick. It doesn't really give much away from your draft, so I can see it as a strat. But yeah, it's still definitely not the strongest first pitch. First pick. Darius is going to come out for the third game in a row for the next one top lane. Gar, like in Gyarados. Okay, I got you. Thank you for explaining that. Cody, beautiful teaching over there. And then they're going to pick up the Zed. Okay. So Zarel is going to pick his first actual mid laner this season. He's locked in Garen. He's locked in some weird stuff. Let's go see if I can find these stats really quick on what he has played. But he has locked in some interesting things this year. So the first week he locked in, I don't know if the games are going to show or not. Not all of them, but I'm pretty sure he locked in volley mid, and then he locked in Garen mid, and then against us he locked in. The website is just so bugged; it's actually crazy. He locked in brand mid, and then I can't remember who the second game was, but it was definitely something unorthodox. I'm pretty sure. Um, yeah, and then to round out the draft, they're gonna pick up Renekton. Pretty strong champ in the meta, honestly. It's kind of came back pretty hardcore recently. Just it dominates lane. I'm not sure who wins that matchup, Darius or Renekton. I feel like it's going to be a super scratchy lane, or scrappy lane. So that should be interesting. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Lily is going to get a lot of use here with the Leona, Volibear, and Renekton, and Silas is a bit tankier for, I guess I would say, a mage. Not really sure what they consider a Silas, but yeah. So some interesting drafts here. I think just right off the bat, who I think is going to win. I honestly like SB's draft a little bit more. The Lilia, I don't, the oddball over here is the Zed. Um, it, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Zarel's a cracked Zed player, but it's definitely not a great fives pick unless you are just insane with it. So it'll be interesting to see whether he can pull that or not. But I don't know. It's hard to say because I say it's SB at first, but Uwu does have impacts on the Lilia, which he's extremely good at. And then they also do have the probably the most powerful pick in the meta with Sivir. And then I know the next one is like a Darius one trick. So they also got the Darius on the next one. So yeah, I don't know. I think it could be anyone's game, but just off of draft alone, I'm gonna go with SB as my lock in. So we'll see what happens. But so yeah, if anyone has any predictions in the chat, feel free to shout them out. We are going to go to our keys to victory really quick as we are loading in and they are redrafting um, in the actual champ select. All right, let's switch it over. So keys to victory presented by Budweiser, as it is every week, and as it has been for 2 seasons now. Wait, yeah, two or three seasons now. So we're gonna get a going. First, we got SB second breakfast. First thing is get the fid, let Rowdy pop off. That sadly did not happen. They have picked up on the fact that Rowdy is a demon destroyer on Fiddle, and that did get banned out of this game. So can't really do that key to victory. Number two, see me no mossing something comfortable. I'm not too familiar with his Jample. He is a rookie. The SB actually has 3 rookies. Or yeah, 3 or 4. Can't remember. Let's see who's on their team. Let me go look. I always forget. Yeah, they have 3. Rowdy Fan and Lucy are returning members, and then the rest are rookies. And then, yeah, so just something comfortable. We saw him on the Swain last week. He looked really good on it. It did get banned here, so it'll be interesting to see how comfortable he is with the Silas. I think he might have played that week 1, or maybe even week 2, game 2. I can't remember. And then number 3, let Lucy play something with Engage. She looked pretty good on it last week, and he got the Lucy got the Leona this time, so pretty good engage, I would say, especially with the Samira. So we'll see how that one goes. And then on the side of Uwu, their new name, it used to be NYK, not yet known, but now it is Uwu, their official name for the season. Unimpressive and washed up. Love the name. Very, very nice. And number one is going to get impacts on something comfortable, Diana Lilia, etc. And as you can see in the draft, he did get the Lilia. As I said, I know he hasn't been playing the game as much right now, so to get him on something that he knows how to play and is very comfortable on makes it so much easier. So yeah, he should be looking good here in game one. And then number two, use Zerel's unique champ pull to your advantage. So they did get the counter pick and they picked Zed, which is definitely a unique champ, I would say, currently in the meta. So let's hope, they know what they're doing and they got a good pick for him. And then number three, play for bot side and look to get early drags. I think it's just so important with, drags getting buffed, ADCs just being a really strong pick, especially this game when they have Sivir. It's just going to be a good idea to path bot lane. So we'll see. I mean, Impact is a great jungler, so I'm sure he's going to path bot. And then it also might be good to get a Impact's on a champion who can solo dragons early. Lilia's decent at killing dragons. I would say like level 4, level 4 maybe, level 5 for sure she can solo a dragon. So yeah, we will see how it goes. And for now, we'll just sit here and wait until the game starts. As I said, throw your predictions in the chat. Let's see how many people get it right. My prediction was actually I'll throw it back over the draft for right now, so you guys can see who the teams are and what you're predicting here. But yeah, I'm going with SB game one. They beat IQ last week, which is a huge win. They got 2-0'd the first week, which feels bad, and then they, if I was them going into that game, I would be kind of concerned about getting 2-0'd twice in a row with IQ being such a strong team, but they just took it out. I honestly thought IQ would not lose a single game this season. But yeah, SB took one out, so and that was kind of on the back of Rowdy Fan, their jungler, and Simino Moss, their mid laner. So it'll be interesting to see how good they do again. Yet again, Rowdy Fan did change to the jungle. He was their top laner for the first week, but now I think they've settled in and they're just going to continue with this comp. I think. Let's go look. Yeah, Rowdy Fan is still in the jungle. So yeah. Oh, okay. So we actually do have a change here. Just looking at draft, Jask is oh wait, who's subbed out? Oh, okay, so Zerel is not playing today. Jask is. That's their support sub. So he's actually taking over for Dragula, and then Dragula is going mid lane, and it's Dragula on the Zed. So that'll be really interesting to see. Drag is a pretty good player, so for him to go mid lane, it'll be interesting to see what he's got. But on the side of SB, it looks like everyone is in their normal roles. So let's see what we got. 1 minute and 28 seconds. I think it's just about enough time to do some intros here. So let's go ahead and do that. Turn on some music here. Blue medal without knowing the teams. I like SB's draft. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I definitely like SB's draft a bit more. Some interesting things on the side of Uwu, but as I said, Uwu does have the Lilia for impacts, which is huge, and then the Sivir, so those ones are looking pretty nice. Let's play this. All right, here we go.
Spartans! What is your profession?
All right, week 3, matchup 3 of week 3. We got SB, second breakfast, and Uwu. 2 teams tied in the standings at the bottom, tied for 7th. They're looking for some blood this week. One of them is looking for a 2-0 to put them ahead of the other. On the left side, on the blue side, we got Uwu. Starting in the top lane, you got the next one, a rookie beer leaguer. He is pulling out the Darius for his 3rd game this season. He has only played 3 games, did not play the first week, so it's going to be exciting to see him on his one-trick Darius, it seems like. And next, in the jungle, their team captain, Impex. Let me change this out. He is on his signature Diana. The guy is very, very good. He is not really, he hasn't really let the league know how good he is yet, I would say. He has not shown his potential, but he is a very good player, and he is definitely not someone you want to mess with. And in the mid lane, we have Dragula44 on the Zed. It'll be interesting to see him. He is usually the support, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. And on the bot lane, starting in the ADC role, you got Power Moves on the Sivir. Very strong champion in the meta. Power Moves looking to have a good game. And then on the support role, we have Jask on the Alistar. And finally, on the right side, we have this team SB, a second breakfast. Starting on the top side, we got Renekton, played by Gyarados69. Oh, Red Gyarados69, excuse me. And in the jungle, we got Rowdy Fan on Volibear. And in the mid lane, we got See Me No Moss on the Silas. And finally in the bot lane, we got Samira, played by Pork Chop Sandwich. And finally the captain, Lucy Lulu on the Leona. Let's see who wins this. Alright, let's get it. Let's get it. A bit of a choppy intro. I was trying to change those team names. Alright. So here we go. Week 3. The third match of the week. We got 2 on Sunday. A bunch of things coming down on the red side. They are looking for an invade. I think they look for an invade almost every game. I've seen them do it quite a bit on SB. I'm not sure if they spotted him out. Let's see Blue Vision here. They still have not. Jask does spot it out now. And he will look to get out. Oh, a flash out of nowhere from Silas, and a flash blown by the Alistar, which is probably honestly worth for the... I don't know. I would say it's probably worth for SB. I mean, Alistar's flash is a pretty important one. See Me No Loss, 2 for 2. What is that ability called? On the Abduct. So it looks like Mpex is setting up over here to start on the enemy red buff with no leash. And, nope. Are they going to go warded or not? Oh my gosh, he gets away with it. He is going for the start of the red. And Volibear is starting on his blue, and they have no wards up here, so he will have no idea. We'll see what Volibear decides to do. If he does take the Gromp, Lilia might run out of time here and only be able to get 2 camps. But if he does pull clear, Lilia could potentially take all 3 camps, but we'll see what he does. Usually I would say it's smarter to just take the red, race, and then get out of there. Probably not worth your time to go all the way up to Krugs, in my opinion. But we'll see what he does here. So Volibear is going to go to his Wolf, so he will not get there in time to stop the Wraiths. And that is exactly what Mpex does. So yeah, now with Alistar with no flash, it's going to be hard for them to get a super juicy engage. Dragula already getting very low on the Zed. A great trade from See Me No Moss. Volibear walks up and sees that not only his wraiths are gone, or I guess chickens nowadays, or whatever they're called. Or raptors, I think they're called. But that his red buff is gone as well, so Lilia is going to get pretty far ahead here. Lilia actually gets her Oh, this is some interesting pathing here. Lily's really low too. She does have smite though, so she's gonna heal a bit of it back up. So Lilith skips all of her tops, or almost all of her top side. Does get the blue buff, but other than that, just going for the camp so far. So the only thing about, counter jungling is it does take a long time early game to walk across both jungles. You're starting on the enemy side, you have to walk all the way across to your side after you do it. So it does take a bit of time, so you have to do it right. You can't just walk in and take one camp. You gotta hit the timing right. Oh my gosh, Simino Moss with an insane abduct, and he has just taken down Dragula for first blood. He comes out of nowhere and just nails it right through the minions too. There's a field goal right there. And a huge wave stacking bot, but this is not the red side jungler that's coming up. This is Lilia, but she's actually going to decide not to gank because it is such a big wave. Oh my gosh, next one flashes and Ghost. He's going for it. He does have the stacks. Renekton might just be dead here. He is, in fact, dead. The next one pulls it back, gets a solo kill of his own, and now is 1-1 on the scoreboard. Dragula going to chase down Simi No Mas. Simi No Mas going to go right back in. He probably shouldn't have, though. Dragula does not have flash, and he does not have the damage to finish it off. It was a good try. Volibear is coming up top side. Let's see if the direct-to-cam is going to switch over to it. If not, I will. Okay, it did it as soon as I was going to. The next one is actually just going to walk out, though. So 2 solo kills from coming out this game. 1 from each lane. I was going to TP back mid lane. No real big CS advantages right now. Pork Chop is a little bit ahead of power moves, but not quite. Yeah, Lilia definitely is... well, let's see what she does here. She is ahead right now, but she definitely doesn't have the spawn timers like Volibear does. Yeah, and as I said, I mean, counter-jungling is a very... You got to do it right. You either got to walk in, get a kill, and like a camp or two, or you just gotta walk in and get 2 camps. But you'd usually prefer it to be like this, blue and Gromp, or like red and Erase, exactly how she did it. But it definitely does slow down your clear quite a bit. Sometimes it is definitely just quicker to take your own jungle. Huge wave crashing up here onto Darius. Volibear is up here, so they might look for a dive. Nope, he is just gonna continue to walk down. Lilia is looking for a few camps. If she could get Wolves and Gromp here, though, that would be pretty big. Let's see what she's looking for. She is just looking for the Gromp. A lot of counter jungling so far for Impex. Wait. No, she just walks away after hitting it once. It looks like they're going to go try to assist mid lane here. And Simi No Mas is very low. The ball misses. Oh my gosh, Impex is in. Level 4 flashes in. It might have been a mistake though. Renekton just takes him down, and Dragula is next to fall here. Yeah, big mistake by Impex. Probably just overestimating his damage there. He is 2 levels behind on the Stylus at the time of the play, and on the Renekton, so that's just not a fight you win. Yeah, that's true, Cody. She should have grabbed the Gromp. It gives you more experience. She would have been level 3. Also, it just gives you health and mana back, so it's kind of just like the most OP camp in the whole game. So 7 minutes in. Already a 1.8k gold lead for that of SB. Jask is pretty deep in. He has to flash out, and he does actually get out. Nice flash. No one really looking at the first dragon yet, even though it's been alive for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Volibear might get pushed out off of the scuttle. He only has the small smite up, and Simi No Mas barely misses. But it looks like a flash E from Lucy Lulu, very nice. And Dragula is the first to fall in this team fight, and Jask is looking like the second. We're gonna go A, and he does fall, and oh no. Lily gets slept herself in another poor fight for the side of Uwu, and they are pretty far down now, 2.1 or 2K, and it looks like this dragon might go down as well. See what they want to do. Nice play by Lucy Lulu though, setting it up on the Zed. Yeah, and they'll just pick it up for free. Very nice early game coming out of SB. Kind of picking up where they left off after they beat IQ. Yeah, I mean, the Zed pick is just useless now is the thing. That's why I picked SB to win, because it's like, unless Zed gets like 10 kills early game, he's just not a great champ. At least in Coordinated 5s, you know, Silicu's a whole different story, but Coordinated 5s is just much different, and Zed just doesn't, you know, he doesn't give much. He doesn't have any CC, and he actually looks like he's gonna die here. Okay, Directed Cam literally does not want us to see anything that is happening. And Zed trying to get out. He does dash. He does get stunned up. And he's going to die here. Yeah, he's dead again. Man, a rough game for Dragula so far. Jask is in, though, too. And Jask probably doesn't want to be here anymore. Oh, great ult by Lucy Lulu right in the middle. That was like a 2-second stun. Another stun comes down. Oh, man, their chain CC is disgusting here. I mean, this trio walking around is dangerous. Renekton stun, Leona stun, double stun if she has her ult, and then Silas got the chain up. So from bad to worse, this is not looking great. And oh, I love this play very much. Power moves is going to be taken down as they just killed Jask the Alistar. And he is in base, so there's no one to defend, and I mean, SV is just kind of running over the side of Uwu. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is just not a great pick. Especially into this team. And they picked it 4th, so they saw 4 of the champions. They saw everyone except for Necton. And they still decided to pick it. Actually, no, they picked it 5th, I think. But, I mean, either way, they still saw 4 champions. But, yeah, has not been a great pick. I mean, Dragula has switched roles this week due to Zerel not being here. So maybe his champ pool in mid lane is just not very large. But I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I go to with my non-existent mid pool is Galio. Such a easy champion, I feel, and insanely good. And Volibear is going to start the Rift Herald up here, and I don't think there's going to be much of a contest. So Mpek's known for his farming is down CS right now. He's been around since Season 2. Impex was a monster in the jungle Season 2. It was actually disgusting. He picked his Udyr, his Lilia. I mean, like, any champion he picked, it would be... I mean, he would be like 100 up on the other jungler in CS. It was disgusting, and they look like they want to dive here, but this is not going to work. They have no wave. No one is pushing. Unless they're just going to raw dog it. What is happening here? They're just going for it. They do have volley ult. There's the volley ult, and wow. They actually just raw dog tower dive. That is something. Lucy Lulu just roaming around. Oh my gosh, and on the other side of the map, Pork Chop by himself. Just 1v1ing under the tower while his whole entire team is topside. Right? He's going to pick up the kill. The next one, not too happy, says, y'all suck all chat. Yeah, I wouldn't be too happy either. You know, you pushed in your wave, trying to prevent a tower dive. You look, you know, It's looking good, and then they don't even use the minions. They just go 4-man tower dive. This is a massive gold lead here. 5.6k at 13 minutes. This might be the biggest gold lead so far in the beer league. I mean, that is a large gold lead. And as I said, comp-wise, it ain't getting any better. This might just be a save the mental for game 2 type of angle for the side of Uwu. Might just be a for fun for the rest of the game. Looks like they're going to group up here. The Cloud Dragon did just spawn. Man, they're just moving as a unit this game. SB is sending all 5 members bottom to get the dragon. I mean, it's probably not even necessary, but... And then they send 4 members top lane, which is also, you know, might not have been necessary, but yeah, they're working together here. There's some mythic items coming in here. We got the Everfrost for Silas. We got the Shield Bow for Samira. The Dusk Blade for Zed, which I honestly like Eclipse better on Zed. So I don't know about that one. And then the Triforce on Darius. And a Blade of the Rune King on Renekton. Also Kim Tink. Coming out for Volibear. Jask getting in a bit of a brawl, but I don't think they want this fight. Jask has to flash away and the heal is popped. Now Mpex is in danger. A flash stun by Lucy Lulu, but it's still not enough. Samir ults and doesn't get anything. Rowdy flash stuns again. Jask is going down. Zeminos barely misses on the chains. And my goodness, I mean, this isn't even a game. This is SB just racking up their KDAs right now. I'm surprised they even have 3 deaths, honestly. Yeah, there is a big vision difference. That would be a very large one, actually. I mean, you just look at their jungle just now. 1, 2, I mean, like... Okay, he's gonna clear it. And then this, I mean... Blue side has 1 in their own jungle. I like the defensive wards now. 2, that's it. I guess 3, 4, 5, but I mean, this is useless. This is pretty much useless. I mean, this is actually completely useless with their tower god now. And this one's also pretty useless at the time being. So yeah, they need to put some wards out, get a little line of vision going. Really not much up, though. I mean, I assume SB's next goal is going to be to get this. Oh my gosh, another great stun. Lucy Lulu is just looking insane. A flash, but you're already dead from Ignite. And he does fall to the Lucy Lulu's Ignite. I mean, Lucy is just looking insane on the Leona. This is disgusting. Not only is she hitting all of her abilities, but she's everywhere. Yeah, so the next big thing for the side of SB here is to get this mid turret down, make even more pressure on the map. We'll see if they send Samira. I'm surprised Samira is still bot. Honestly, I would have sent the Silas bot and then sent my bot lane. Oh my gosh, Rowdy Fan just goes instantly in. He is on the Lilia. Simi Nomas is here too. Picks up the Sivir ult. Probably not the best ult. He probably should have picked up the Alistar. Give him some more tankiness. A 3-man sleep, a great sleep, a shutdown going over to Jask. As Samira picks up another one, or Rowdy actually. Samira does finally pick up another one, picks up another one. A triple kill? No, only a double kill. So two double kills going over. 1 for Rowdy and 1 for pork chop sandwich. Yeah, better selection of ults there for Silas, and he would have probably lived. Sivir ult when you're already on top of them does not do much. They're probably going to reset here, get ready for the next dragon. Dude, I feel like every single game is literally just a Hextech. Like, I was watching Elsie yesterday, 4 to 5 games. Hextech. Like, every solo queue game, Hextech. Like, they got to calm down with that spawn ratio, whatever they got on that. Freaking 75% Hextech. Demon and Moss going up top, saying hello to the Darius. Actually, a level down. Starting to fall a little bit behind an XP here. Darius has kind of just been staying in the lane, and Silas has been roaming a bunch. So Azanius is picked up from Silas. I mean, oh, nice. Man, Siminos is very consistent on his chain here. Yeah, Deadman's Plate picked up for Volibear. Locket finished for Lucio Lulu. A Shield Bow finished for Sivir. A Locket finished for Alistar. A Leandry's finished for Lilia. That's a good item. Very, very good item this game. Lilia has a fat flank here. Let's see if they can have enough damage to even kill him. The Darius is 2-1. Ball is off. He does have the sleep. Here it comes. Do they have enough damage to do it under tower, though? Impex is going to be taken down, but they do get the shutdown. Which, at the end of the day, a 1-for-1 plus a 300 gold shutdown is definitely worthy side of Uwu. And they do get the dragon. Volibear just... Did he just ult over the wall? He ain't got no time to walk, and I mean, I guess it ends up working out. He gets a flank on Alistar, but I don't even think they have the damage there. Volibear plus Leona is not much. I'm pretty sure he'll ult it over the wall just to get the red, though. And then they ended up finding the Alistar. So Baron's up, and you'd assume that's kind of the next step here with a 6.4k gold lead. And SB is going to be able to take down this mid turret pretty easily. We'll see if they continue to push here. Oh, they do have the Rift Trail, so they are going to. It's probably running out of time. They're going to drop it. They're going to get this next turret. They might even get an in-head turret at this rate. I mean, it's definitely going to hit. We'll see if they get the whole turret or not. This could be an overextension though. If they do go all the way up to get it, yeah, they're going to back off. They don't have the greatest Baron taking team, however, so they got to be careful with this Baron take. Even though they are up so much gold, they take it very slow, so they're going to take a lot of damage from the Baron. And if a Lily gets like a 5-man ult on Baron, it could be a little doomed. Perfect KDA coming out from Lucy Lulu so far, and out of Rowdy. 0 deaths. And what is this? Uwu is going to start up the Baron out of nowhere, and they actually are going to get a pick onto Lucy Lulu. He just flashed the wall, but isn't going to be enough. An ult to try to prevent it, but I think she'll be going down here, and that is it. It's a nice little shutdown. They're not going to start it up, are they? But Darius actually gets a pull on Renekton, and Renekton is deep into 5. Let's see how long he can survive. Dragula is on to Simino Moss. Simino Moss comes in and gets a kill onto Darius, and Pork Chop Sandwich does the rest on the Samira, and that is it. Didn't even ult on the Samira, I don't think. Oh, this is a scary Silas. Silas with Darius ult? Yeah, I'll pass. And this should be an end of gone down, which will lead to a Baron. Man, so no sign of life here for Uwu. They're kind of just getting destroyed here. Down 10k at 23 minutes. That is a big gold lead. And they're setting up a pick here. He's gonna start walking. He might get caught here. Lucy's literally looking for it. And they are gonna start the engage. Aberfrost comes out, another stun. Another stun. Another stun. Oh my gosh, dude. Honestly, this team is kind of nasty. Leona has stun, Volibear has a stun, Renekton has a stun, Saus has a stun. I mean, this is just crazy lockup. Like, if you get caught out, you are so dead. They actually ping out Lilia somehow. I don't know how they call her. And they're gonna just start at the Baron, and I mean, Uwu either doesn't know or has no interest in contesting. Yeah, I mean, this game's pretty much wrapped. They're gonna go over there and get that Hextech Soul too. They should be able to end it on this Baron push. I don't know why they're stalling so much. They have Baron. They should just... Okay, there you go. I thought they were gonna like wait there for like 10 seconds, but they did just turn around and get it as soon as it spawned. And Lilia's gonna look for the Miracle Steel. She does flash in. She does not get it. It was a good attempt, but just not quite enough. Simino Moss in a 2v1 scenario, and he wins that scenario, and he takes down Dragula. And this should just be at least another inhib going down, if not just the game. Man, Simino also just guaranteed with those chains. I mean, it's... Oh my gosh, he just does not miss. Renekton going in, doing some damage. Jask is very low, and he's too low. And actually, Simino Moss almost goes down, but Pork Chop Sandwich comes in, picks up 1, picks up 2, and that is 4 members of Uwu going down. Yeah, I mean, this was just a bad early game from Uwu, and it was a bad draft combined with a bad early game, and like, you know, this is what it ended up when. A 14k gold lead almost. I'm surprised they're not just gonna try to push it down and end. I mean, clearly they have some gold on them, but once they come back, they probably want to Baron. Yeah, Baron's about 3/4 of the way done. Do pick it up. Pick up the blue buff. Yeah, I mean, they're just bleeding him too. I mean, they're doing a good job with their lead. And Mbex is just dead. He's going to get perma-stunned. Yeah. Simino Moss looking like a pretty solid mid laner. Looked really good on the Swain last week against IQ, and now he's looking really good on the Sylas too. Renekton gets pulled in the base, 1v3, but he probably says, thank you, delivery system, and he's going to go in. Darius is stacked up, but I mean, there's just nothing they can do. Demir gets a double kill. I mean, this is wrapped. I'm surprised they're even going for the third inhib. I don't think you really need it. So an easy when for the side of SB, I mean, not even close. Yeah. Wow. One of the biggest stomps of the season, I would say. I mean, that was not even close. Just a destruction. 20k from Silas. I mean, everyone put in damage. Samira and her Nectin. And Volibear was just kind of a stun bot, honestly. You didn't even have to do anything. Wow, that was a quickie. Well, hopefully we can see a bit of a turnaround here for game two. That was yeah. I mean, it started in the draft. Picking Lilia first is not the greatest. However, I get it because Impex is very comfortable on it. But it actually ended up being not bad because of what they picked into it. But then they picked the they picked the Zed, and then it was just kind of ooh, yeah. Not sure about the Zed. I mean, even if the Zed pops off, who can even kill? Like Silas is hard to kill. I mean, like even Samir is hard to kill with shield, but like he probably realistically cannot kill any of these people unless he is like 7-0 or something. I mean, like Renekton's tanky, Volibear's tanky, Leona's tanky, Silas is like a tankier mage, and then Samira has shield though. Like I don't know. And it's just weird because I mean, like if you like first pick Zed for whatever reason and they pick that, okay, you just got screwed. But I mean, he last picked Zed on blue side, so he saw everyone except for Renekton, and he still wanted it. Very interesting. That's a good question. Will they change up the Darius? I'm not sure. I don't. There's a bunch of rookies in this series. We get 3 on the side of SB and then 2 on the side of Uwu. And the next one, the top laner, is a rookie, and he had a couple of. We just played him last week, and when I was scouting, they did have a couple of different picks, but he did pick Darius 2 times last week too. So all 3 games he's played in the beer league thus far have been on Darius. So we'll see what happens here. We'll switch it over to our draft before it starts. Got to switch these names out as they are going to switch sides here. But yeah, so hopefully we can see some life. It always feels bad to watch a series that's just an absolute stomp. So yeah, hopefully they can figure it out here on Uwu. I mean, they have like the components to be a good team for sure, I think. But just sometimes it takes a bit longer than you'd hope to get it all figured out. So see what happens here. Yeah, make this a little bit smaller. Boom. All right. So here in the draft, we've started it up. They are going to ban out Wukong, Diana, and Nautilus again for SB. And they are going to take an Akali first pick. We have some interesting picks in this series so far. And on the right side, they're going to ban out the Fiddle, Silas, and Aatrox. So they replace the Swain with the Silas, both going towards Simi no Moss. And then they're going to pick up a Malzahar and a Leona. So there are some picks that you usually do not see that are coming through here. So that is going to be an interesting one as well. And yeah, I mean, okay, so like Uwu takes away the Leona. I like that because Lucy Lulu kind of looked a little cracked to me. Caitlyn's picked in, and Lux's as well. So it's probably going to be an Akali mid, but Akali top has been floating around the meta a bit. So you never know. It's probably going to be a Lux support, I would assume. And Darius is going to be taken again. So 4 out of 4 games. The next one has played Darius, which it is a for fun league, and you don't have to be God, to play in this league. My top laner, the first season, he played Malphite. I think probably 24 out of the 25 games we played. And it worked, I mean, it did its job. So you don't have to have a huge pull to play in the beer league, and it's we see off meta stuff all the time. So not a big surprise if the next one's just comfortable playing on Darius, and Darius can be a really good champion. So hopefully we see him turn it around here in this next game. We're gonna pick up a Gnar band against Red Gyarados. And also Teemo band. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if that's just we don't know what the bands are going to run Teemo or if he actually plays Teemo. And then also a Lilia band and a. See what happens here. Darius is the bane of my top lane champ pool. Perma band. Yeah, I mean, Darius is a good champion, especially right now in the meta. I feel he's not bad. A Sivir band's gonna come out. That's nice. I like that. Sivir is definitely a good champion. Didn't look great last game, but nothing really looked great for Uwu. Volibear is gonna pick up for Impex, and on the left side they're gonna pick up their Renekton once again. They liked it the first time. Why not do it again? But it is going to be confirmed a Akali mid lane. So some of Simi no Masa's pools coming out here. So we've seen a Silas, an Akali, a Swain. Not really sure what he played first week, but he's got a pretty diverse champ pool, it seems. A Zac here. Okay, he's going to be locked in. Rowdy fan on the Zac. And then a Vayne on the right side. Not the greatest Vayne game in the world. Okay, I like that better. Samira. Nyla. Draven. They're throwing us in a loophole, and they are going to go for Ezreal. I like that better than Vayne. So we'll see. I know Power Moves is very comfortable in the Vayne, but there's not. I mean, there's 2 tanks, but Ollie can one-shot you. Lux can one-shot you. I mean, there's just too much. So yeah, we'll get into it here in a second as they load into their draft. So just based off a draft here, who do I think is going to win? Honestly, I like Uwu's draft better this time. Um, Malzahar is good for locking down Akali in team fights and in lane. Caitlyn Lux is definitely an annoying lane, but Ezreal Leona could definitely just go all in on Lux or even Caitlyn and just one shot them. So if they play it right, I feel like it could be favored into Leona Ezreal. And then Volibear over Zac, I think they're pretty equal now. Neither of those champions are insane in the meta or anything right now. But yeah, they both have great ganking, so we'll see what happens. And then yet again, Darius Renekton. We saw it last game, and it looked like it favored the Renekton. So it'll be interesting to see. They ran it back. They ran the lane back. So a little salty run back here, and we'll see who wins it. Whoopsies, gotta turn that off. And so now we're just going to go over and look at the standings really quick. Took a look at these yesterday. So week 3 standings, these are coming into the week. So 2 teams have already played, and those results are not showing on this graph or this these standings. So tied for first, we got a bunch of teams. We got COG, IQ, BBB, LTP, all tied for 4 points. So how the point system in Beer League works is if you get 2-0, you get that considered is a win. So that's in the far left, the 1 right there, the first 1. And then the middle number, the 0 for all those teams, is 0 loses. So a loss, or whatever you want to call it, is when you get 2-0'd. You don't win a single game out of the 2. And then the last number in the 30 is a draw, and that's when you go 1-1. So all four of those teams have 2-0'd and then drawed, and that equates into 4 points because a win is 3 points, a draw is 1, and a 2-0 or 0-2 getting 2-0'd yourself is a 0 point week. And then in the 5th place, BBKK, that's my team. We've gotten a 2-0 and we have been 2-0'd. So we're at 3 points. And then in 6th place, we got Mop sitting at 2 points. They have 2 draws. And then a bunch more teams tied for 7th place. We got Uwu playing tonight at 1 point. CCC also at 1 point. One also at 1 point. Kind of ironic. Maybe they'll stay 1 point all whole season. Who knows? And then SB also at 1 point, and they are the other team playing tonight. So Uwu and SB tonight are tied in the standings. So if SB does take this game, they will break the the 4-way tie for 7th, and at least get ahead of One and Uwu, because One did get 2-0'd as well this week, so they'll have another one on another 0 point week here. And CCC has yet to play. So we got CCC and a MOP coming up on Sunday, I think at 6 o'clock. And then we got my team, BBKK, versus the BBB. A lot of B's in that game. And we are playing also on Sunday, and that is at 9 o'clock. So we got one at 6 o'clock, one at 9. And it looks like we should be loading in here in a couple of minutes. Any predictions in the chat here? I'll switch back to draft and show you guys what we got. If you have forgotten, got SB on the left and Uwu on the right. Any predictions here? Are we looking at a 2-0 here or what? I predicted Uwu, so I predicted a 1-1 here. And you know what? Now that we're talking about it, let's go see what the running it down folks said. Week 2, running it down. Also, if you guys haven't checked it out, we do a segment called Running It Down. It's a little kind of like a weekly blog. We announce, it's still in the making. I'm just kind of going with the flow with it. See how much stuff I can add. We got currently on it. We got summaries of the week before all the matches. So if you don't have enough time to watch it, I kind of summarize each match. And then we got the player of the week each week. Zesty Queso week 1 winner. And then as you can see on this screen, we got Vermilion player of the week currently for week 2. And we are in week 3 right now. So the next one will be announced soon. And then we got predictions for the upcoming week as well on the Running It Down. And then also, lastly, we have Miller Lite's Game of the Week, kind of going along with the Beer League theme. We got Budweiser, Keys to Victory by Budweiser, and then now we got Miller Lite's Game of the Week. Hopefully add some more beer brands in here. Yeah, this series is predicted for an SB 4 wins coming in for SB. The 4 people, we don't do 1-1s here. We just straight up guess who's going to win. Because if we all were guessing draws, that would be the lamest thing ever. So we do straight 2-0. So it's not like, okay, sometimes it's like a very close match and it's hard to say, like 2 really good teams going at it. And it's not like, okay, there's no chance that it's a 1-1. It's just straight up 2-0. So 4 people predicted that if anyone was going to 2-0, it would be the side of oh wait, I'm by myself. I don't know why I'm in a 3-man intro here. Let's switch it over here. Yeah, I'm all by myself. Tonight it is a solo cast, but yeah. So SB getting 4 of the votes for getting a 2-0. And who was the sole person that voted for NYK? Vermilion, Ben, the owner of the league, voted for NYK. And it does not look like he is oh no, wait, I'm sorry, I'm trolling. It was Reese Race. Reese Race voted for NYK. He said he thought that Impex would have a bounce back week. And so hopefully let's see if he gets a bounce back week here. And it looks like we are about to load into the draft. So let's kick it over to the in-game draft, or screen. And let me switch over these names as we are switching sides here. They got one win on the blue side. And red team. It sounded like that guy just said ooh woo. Who was that? Was that Bolivar? Or is that Oren? There is no Oren in this game. Sound like Oren. Must have been Bolivar. Alright, cool. This should be good. Alright, so no fancy starts here. They are stacking bot lane for the side of SV. I think the team, I mean, they invaded on us twice, I think. So they are definitely a fan of invading. They invaded last game as well. Switch around these dudes to their right roles. So Dracula on a way different look this time. He's on the Malzahar, much different than a assassin Zed. However, some could argue that Malzahar is an assassin. Is the champ does so much freaking damage. Literally just ult you and you're dead. Super interactive a lot of the times. I mean, it's just so fun playing against that champ. Any weird runes coming out? No, not really, at least in my opinion. Pretty normal summoners too. They got Ignite and Cleanse bot lane. I like the Cleanse. Leona definitely has a bunch of lockdowns, so to get out of one is huge. We'll zoom in out here. So it'll be interesting to have this matchup goes top lane. Last game, as we saw, last game, Darius did get a solo kill and it was 2-1, but then the game kind of got out of hand. So maybe the Darius actually won lane. I mean, it's hard to say because it got out of hand really quick and early in the game, so the laning phase never really got to finish. So yeah, we'll see how it goes the second round. See who wins. Junglers wise, they're starting on different sides of the map. Zach is pathing top, which I think is fine. I mean, I prefer to path bot if it's like pretty even. Like even as in like the reasoning of pathing top and bot. Oh, nice snare here by Lucy Lulu. Also, Lucy Lulu making a big change, going from the Leona to the Lux. But yeah, so they're gonna both. It looks like they're both full clearing. Volibear already ahead of a whole camp. Pretty, not a whole camp, maybe a camp or half a camp. But yeah, so both junglers maybe will be looking for a level 4 gank, maybe even sooner, level 3. Got to see what happens. The area's kind of beaten up on the Renekton. Up 6 CS right now, but a big wave is crashing, so I'm sure that they'll even up. We'll have to see how the mental is for Uwu. It's definitely not fun to get stomped that hard. It's sometimes a bit hard to come back from something like that. Just got slapped. Well, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It's fun to make. Dracula has no mana here and does it seemingly unless hits the E. Impex is clearing out a ward. Does get the scuttle. He's actually pretty far ahead here on the clear. He's gonna have some time before. Oh my gosh, a flash coming out from Volibear and a flash coming out from Lucy Lulu. So a flash for a flash. And Red Gyarados is actually in trouble. And another solo kill for the next one. 2 solo kills, 2 games. You'll love to see it. Last game he also got a solo kill on Red Gyarados' on his Renekton. Same exact lane. And he's up a ton of farm now. However, Renekton is back. He does TP back in time to catch the wave. Rowdy Fan is looking for a gank here, but looks like the next one's just going to back off smartly. And Volibear is actually pretty far ahead of Zach here. They have similar farm right now, but Volibear is going to be done with this camp before Zach even gets to his first camp, so he's at least going to be a whole camp in front of him here. So he just kind of has the tempo rolling, which is a huge deal. Like he could gank mid right after this. No, they have a ward on him actually. Great ward by Zemi no Mas. Let's see if that's his ward. Yeah, it is. Nice ward. But yeah, so he's got the tempo, so he's got some things he can do here. Zemi no Mas is gonna see this one coming though. Let's see if how long Impex waits here in this bush. He might actually go in though. Zemi no Mas is kind of playing aggro a little bit. Yeah. Darius taking a lot of damage from just the minions alone. And it is going to be a gank mid, and he stuns a minion on accident after the Akali ease away. I think that's his E, right? I used to be an Akali main, by the way, yeah. Before Akali was not bad, or yeah. What happened to the old Akali? Why did they have to remake champions for literally no reason? I remember the days when they remade champions because they were literally terrible and no one would ever play the character. Like Galio, for example. No one would ever walk in that champion, so they had to remake him. Fair, that's fair. But if a champion is playable and people play him and people have thousands of games on them, I feel like probably shouldn't change him, but what do I know? They just like to do it for fun nowadays. Mauser 6, so it's, I mean, this is a pretty disgusting setup here. Mauser ults into you know, an Impex stun. It can get a little nasty. Lucio Lulu coming mid lane and fighting the volley here. Man, I mean, this thing really does not want us. Directed cam is just such garbage. It like never lets you see the action. Probably most of the times I'm just manual camming it up. I would rather see your Darius or Necton just farming out. A TP coming back mid lane. Zemi Moss will return just in time for the wave. Yeah, give me OG Poppy and OG Swain. Dude, that's what I'm saying. They ruined so many champions. I was so butthurt over the Akali one. I had like 1,000 Akali games one season in ranked. I used to be literally only play Akali, and it's just so weird because she was never a bad champion with her old kit. I mean, I think it's cooler now, I would say. Her kit's cooler now, but it feels bad, man. And Darius actually misses a pull after Renekton dodges it. And Renekton just flashes out after Darius gets all of his procs. All of his passive procs on Renekton. So Darius kind of continuing where he left off last game, you know, in his early laning phase and just kind of beating up on the Renekton. And Zach is walking in. Let's see what he decides to do here. Impex is going to find him before he can kill this blue buff for sure. Much different game so far. 8 minutes in, only 1 kill. Last game at this point, SB had like a freaking 5,000 gold lead or something. Oliver looking for a gank. There is a ward, so he's going to have to go quick, and he might not go at all now that his bot lane is low and there's a wave crashing. Let's see. He is going to pop it. He's level 7 compared to the bot lane's level 6, and Caitlyn does pop the cleanse and does take down the Leona, but this is going to be 2 kills going down for the side. Nice flash Q by Power, even though it missed. It was a nice idea, and it's a double kill for Impex. He is finally on the board this series with a nice gank bot lane. The 3 summoners used for Uwa's bot, and then 3 summoners as well used for SP's bot. Dragon is up as well. These teams are not really focusing dragons too much. Both games, dragons being taken pretty late into the game. Talking about pretty late, we're kind of been approaching the late night beer league hours. 11:04 my time at least. Renekton trying to find something. He does get the stun, but he might be chasing too far into the volley bear. He is. He's probably going to go down here. There's no flash, and he is for sure going down. The next one picks up another one. Next one, 2-0 on the Darius. Looking pretty nice. A much better start for the side of Uwu. And as I said, I think I like Uwu's comp better, so with a good start, this could be a good game here for the side of Uwu. Great name, by the way. I said it earlier, but it's their name is Unimpressive and Washed something. Unimpressive and Washed Players, I think, I guess. Uwu. And Leona goes in. A nice flash from Porkchop to dodge the Leona, and that is a death for power moves. He's going down. Very nice play from SP's bot. They still had the a flash is a little bit better than the heal. Ezreal had the heal and Caitlyn had the flash, and we saw how that worked out. Oh yeah, that's it. Washed up. Thank you. Yeah, Uwu. Unimpressive and washed up. What a great name. So really nothing's happened mid lane, even though they do have a Malzahar. Not a single gank, really. I mean, there was that one, and Impact didn't really get much off of it, but they have not. I don't think Malzahar has used his ult this whole entire game. Darius doing Darius things, doing way too much damage from just auto attacking. And oh, a flash. He's gonna try to flash Malzahar ult him, but doesn't quite get in range. Dragon gonna try to push them off on the back of the pit, and the first dragon, an ult comes through, but a nice smite from Impex to secure it. First dragon of the game at 12 minutes. It's gonna be a long soul. At least 27:30 is the earliest if they get the next 3 dragons on spawn. And the game's Sunday, Mop versus CCC. Oh, well, it looks like we got an engage here. Darius is looking pretty low. A nice heal, though. It is not going to be enough, though, and he is going to get shut down by Renekton. Dragula is pushing in here. He has gotten 2 plates already. He will for sure get a 3rd. Maybe a 4th. Yeah, he's just going to get another one. Renekton going to pick up some nice gold here. Get the shutdown, and now he's gotten 2 plates here. Oh, he might. Okay, he does get the plate gold. So yeah, 2 plates and a shutdown. Leandry's pickup coming in for Malzahar. A Triforce in the top lane for Darius. Kim Tank coming in for Volibear. And a Gale Force coming in for Caitlyn, and everyone else still looking for their Mythic. Side of SB taking down the Rift Herald here. They do get it. It's on Zach. I still don't know why they don't allow Rift Herald to be announced in Spectator. Kind of weird. But Riot's super smart, so they have a reason behind everything, I'm sure. And another gank top lane. We're going to switch over before it even happens. It's exact same gank here, too. This is a hard one to dodge when you're pushed up like this. Nope. The wave, he waits a little bit too long, and the wave pushes back. Good, looking for a gank bot, but it is not going to happen as SP's bot lane is backing. Yeah, I'm still surprised that they haven't done anything with the Mauser ult, really. I still don't think he's ulted anyone this whole entire game. And there is the ult finally, and that is going to be death. Yep. Dude, what a champion. I mean, Simi no Mas very greedy walking up there, but sometimes Mauser literally just ult you from full HP and you die within the ult duration. Freaking crazy. Yeah, I think Kraken could be a good option, but as Rihi just said, I think Gale Force is also really good this game. I mean, they definitely have some things we're going to want to Gale Force out of. Darius Poole you can Gale Force out of. Leona combo. I mean, you can Gale Force out of a lot, actually. I mean, you can just Gale Force away from the running Volibear and, you know, time out his stun. But I think both are good. I mean, I can see the argument for either. But they are going to have a hard time killing the tanks for sure. They don't have much tank killing here. I mean, their next one does have a Bladebear and King, so maybe he'll be able to put out some damage on Volibear and Darius, but at this rate, he is pretty far behind, so I'm not sure. Let's look at the gold. We didn't do that last game. 800 or 700, yeah, pretty much 800 gold lead for Darius in the top lane. A 700 gold lead in the jungle for Impact. And a huge gold lead in the mid lane, almost 2k. Where is that even coming from? I mean, the farm is nice, but there's no way that's 2k worth. Oh my gosh. That's a big gold lead. And then a 1.5k gold lead coming out for Caitlyn. And then pretty much even in the supports. Simi no Mas looking for an engage. She's going to get ulted up. Will it be enough damage? It's quite a bit. And I think it probably will. The burn, Leandri's burn will be enough. Very nicely done. Red Gyarados has to flash out. And Impex does stun. And he gets pulled. And that is a death for Renekton. A nice play coming out for Uwu on the overextension from Akali. And they're going to pick up the second dragon here. Pretty much right on the spawn timer. Bailey getting cucked. He's getting cuck blocked by the auto mod. It's for some reason banding out LMAO. And meanwhile, Malzahar just gets destroyed. He shouldn't have TP'd in there, and he just instantly dies because of it. Power moves pickups 1. They block the Caitlyn ult, so Caitlyn will not get it. They pop the heal 2. Caitlyn might be the next to fall. Oh my gosh, so much action going on. And Leona goes in, and they will pick up the kill. Yes, they will. A flash, and Simi no Mas is probably the next to fall. I will see you, no Mas, because you will be dead. Gray screen for Simi no Mas, and 3 kills picked up for the side of Uwu, and they continue to extend their gold lead. Scary Renekton though, but they will get out. Yeah, I don't know if auto mod only like begins if there's no mod in the chat or what. Like if there's just no one that has the mod, you know, like roll or whatever. I wonder if it's just like, okay, auto mod comes on, or if it's literally just all the time. I don't know. Because I haven't seen that until recently. Very strange. So 4-1 Darius here. He is quite large. He's picked up the Death Dance too. He is feeling himself. And a 202 Volibear also. I mean, really everyone's feeling themselves on Uwu, especially after last game. 2-1. Malzahar with the Leanders and the Archangel's staff. Malzahar might, I mean, honestly, Malzahar ults the Lux. He probably just dies from the ult. Level 9 Lux compared to level 13 Malzahar. And a nice stun comes down. He does get ult the Lux, but he is dead before the whole cast can come out. 2 deaths in a row now for Malzahar. Kind of struggling here. Oh, a nice snare again. They're gonna go for the next one. Is the next one on the menu for SB? Do they have enough damage to finish him off? He's getting very low. And they do a huge shutdown coming over for Simi no Mas. Oh, this is not a favorable fight. Power move stuck up. The Zac follows him over with a flash of his own. Jask is probably next up, and oh my gosh, the CC is just crazy. Lucy Lulu not missing with the snares. Lucy Lulu having a heck of a series, honestly. Kind of looking correct in the support role. And just like that, the gold lead's diminished to only 1.3. After Uwu was up big, and after I get this tower, it's going to be even less. Yeah, only 700 gold now. So a pretty big throw in between these dragons from the side of Uwu. We'll see what happens with this next dragon fight in about a minute. We'll see if SB feels comfortable enough to fight a 5v5 yet, or if they just want to keep getting these picks. Renekton and deep for the Krugs. He's Krug gaming. He was sandwiched in between 2 players from the enemy team, but he did not know it, and they didn't either. So 45 seconds on this dragon. If Uwu does secure this, this will be their 3rd, getting them to soul point. They do control the river right now, but Dracula's going to get caught out again here. This is the 3rd time in a row now. Yeah, he's just going to go down. There's no running away from an Akali, and he is dead, and that is no good for the side of Uwu, and Darius is going to start the long trek back up the top lane after starting to walk down, because this is going to be a give. Yeah, Dracula altered his deaths coming in within like the last, maybe 5 minutes. So SB will pick up their first dragon here, which will be a nice add. And now the gold lead's pretty much even. I mean, 400 gold is not much. It's not even like a amp tone. That's a Doran's ring worth. And a ghost coming in. Renekton stunned up. Renekton flashes out of himself, but Darius flashes after him. A nice knockup by Rowdy to stall him out. Rowdy ults in, actually doing a ton of damage. Will he be able to finish up the Darius? A flash coming from Lucy Lulu. A nice play by Rowdy, picks up the Darius, and and another flash. Oh my gosh, the whole freaking map is flashing. Volibear flashes, and so does Akali. A nice play by Akali, and they pick up the jungler, which will probably lead into a Baron here, I would assume. At least an attempt. Let's see what they decide to do. Yeah, they're setting up the traps for it, and this will be the first Baron tip of the game. And now, the side of SB does have the gold lead. Yeah, Uwu just looks very unorganized. Which is weird, because, I mean, Impex is an insanely good player. So, I mean, I know he's probably got a lot going on in life, and I know he hasn't been playing very often, so maybe that's causing it. But yeah, I'm not accustomed to seeing this. I mean, Impex was a beast Season 2 on Bob. a beast season 3 on IOL. I mean, they won the whole thing. And then last year he did have a bit of a dip off year. Or not even a dip off year, I shouldn't say, but like their team wasn't as good as a whole. He did insanely well on. He was playing ADC. Yeah, now 2K gold lead going over for the side of SB. So all of that early game work that U had done is pretty much gone. Hex Shrinker picked up for Darius. Giant's Belt picked up for Malzahar. A nice finish from Ezreal. He just got his Mirror Mana. Locket for Leona. Deadman's Plate for Volibear. Demonic Embrace for Zac. Almost a Thornmail as well. Zac kind of having a sneaky good game. 303 by Rowdy Fan. And Seaman and Moss also came back really strong with the Akali. He has 9 stacks on his Dark Steel and has the QSS. Impex picks up the blue buff but might die for it. Oh my gosh, Seaman and Moss says you're not taking the blue buff and getting away. But I'm pretty sure he is going to get away, so he blows the ult for no reason. Caitlyn's very low too. Oh my gosh, Rowdy bounces in, misses the E, I believe it is, but hits the ult, and this is going to be a double kill for SB. Impex going in on the Akali. Do they have enough damage? They do. A huge shutdown going over to Ezra, but he's going to die for it. And they should be able to pick up this this tower here. And Rowdy going in again, but they don't have enough damage to take off the tower. Oh my gosh, he does stay alive. They did finish off just in time. Yeah, definitely agree. A great point by Rihi. Caitlyn probably should have went LDR here and actually just picks up a whole entire IE. Oh my gosh. You might not even need the LDR. She's going to be doing so much damage. Doesn't even need % health damage. Or armor shred or whatever. Next dragon up in 48 seconds. Malzahar is topside, but he does have TP. So he's ready to TP. And Impact's looking for a pick here. They might go on Pork Chop. They are going to go on Pork Chop. 2 stuns in a row. 3 stuns in a row. And they don't quite have the damage to get Pork Chop. He stays alive after a Leona's ult, stun, and a volley stun, and an Ezra ult. A nice try from the side of SB. They're going to send her back to base, but they won't get the pick off for the dragon. Uh-oh. SB is going to get the pick off, though. Malzahar is yet again caught out. Every death this game, he has been caught. He wastes a flash, but kind of a panic flash it looked like, and yet again, SB is going to pick up a dragon. Dragon having a rough series. I don't know if he's just not comfortable in the mid roll or what's happening, but definitely not having his best series here. I mean, all he really needs to do is just get a good ult into one of these team fights, and maybe he can turn it around. Lucy Liu hits the snare. Lux is taken down below half health. I don't think they have enough damage to finish him off, though. And Zac going for a tower dive of the sorts. Renekton walks in deep. He's pretty deep here. Yeah, he has to flash out. Didn't want the Darius to start to stack up. And Caitlyn, talking about deep, is very deep in this. I mean, Caitlyn might just be dead here. He is dead. Malzahar might actually get his first ult off of the game that is in a team setting, but Never mind, he is too slow. Their Zac is a little bit too fast. They are going to take down the Zac. A huge shutdown here, a huge turn for side of Uwu. Lucy Liu does take out the Leona on the backside. So 2 for 1, but a huge play for Uwu, taking what? Yeah, two shutdowns, both going into Darius. Darius is a big boy now. Yeah, up 2k on his, or okay, about 1.2k on his laner. Let's look at the gold leads here for a second. 1.6 for Lux lead, about 2k, 2.3k for Caitlyn. Pretty even in the mid lane. Only a 400 gold lead for Akali, surprisingly. How does Malazar have so much gold? I mean, he's up farm, clearly, like 50 farm, but only has 6 kills and one more assist than him. Surprising. And in the jungle, it's pretty much just dead even. Deadman is picked up from Darius. As this game goes on, though, I said I do like Uwu's comp better, so if this game keeps going on, I don't know. Might get a little scary here. Bowser's Archangels turns into Seraph's Embrace. Caitlyn ult just for poke. Onto the power moves. Leona has to flash out because Akali is on her. Akali is still on her. They can't find where she is in the shroud. Ult goes down, does slow her for a second, but at the end of the day, she does get out. You get a 3-item Malazar coming in. Well, I guess 4 items if you're counting the... Malazar is actually at a pretty good spike here. He's got kind of what I would call 4.5 items. So he's kind of feeling it. They might be looking for a fight here. They are. They're going to go into the Caitlyn. Oh, nice by Impex to stun him up, but Impex might actually just fall. And then he flashes out. Great flash. And the next one get his shutdowns off, or his resets. He does get one, but he doesn't quite get any resets off. Oh my gosh, where was the Akali even coming from? Akali comes from nowhere. Leona falls. Ezreal also gets knocked up. He might fall here too. Yeah, he will. Impex goes back in on the Volibear, but he probably does not want to do that, and he might fall as well. No, they do not have a damage. Ult coming in. Oh my gosh, that almost kills Malzahar from like 2/3 or like 1/4 HP. And it looks like the tower's going to go down here, and maybe even inhib. Yeah, there's no one here to defend it. So will the dragon. So SB kind of just moving through Uwu here. Now about a 4.6k gold lead for side of SB. Continues to grow. The dragon does spawn in 10 seconds. We'll see what each team decides to do. We'll see if side of Uwu is willing to try to fight, and the next one isn't a 2v1 here. He's getting cut down pretty quickly, and the Caitlyn ult comes in and kills him, and Impex is left on his own, and he will also die here. He's blinded up by the Lux, and that is a double kill. As just a lot of miscommunication from Uwu. Like, there's 2 people bot. It looks like maybe setting up a pick for Dragon, but then their bot lane is just literally topside. Like, so there's no shot they ever fight for that. And it looks like they're going to move over to the Baron, and they are just going to start it up here. They did just hit the ward, though, so they probably know, but I mean, they got 20 seconds on Volibear, so there's just no shot at defending this. Red team trying to surrender. Ooh, not having a great night here, trying to surrender. It is 11:30. It is late. They probably are pretty tilted, tired of the games. They did get destroyed in game one, and now they are thrown their lead from early game and game two, and not feeling it anymore. Has there ever been a surrender in beer league? I think there's been like one or two, maybe, from my memory. And Lawyer will pick it up. I mean, like, everyone's just like almost 18 at this point. I mean, level 17 for Akali, Caitlyn, Zach, Darius, Volibear, and Malzahar. Okay, Malzahar. Can Malzahar ever get an ult off this game? Here it is. Can he do it? And he does. He presses the R button, but no one's going to go down. Akali on the backside picks up the Caitlyn, and gonna pick up the Volibear as well? No, Caitlyn will pick up that after picking up the Leona, and then Akali will finally pick up the Malzahar, and that will be it. A clean ace, and that is it. SB takes a 2-0 and is back in the standings. A rough one for Uwu. Yeah, a rough week for Uwu. Still seem to not have it figured out quite yet. They're gonna need some work for sure. It really stinks to lose back-to-back weeks getting 2-0'd. So hopefully they can kind of, I don't know if they'll like switch roles or what they'll do next week, but hopefully they can kind of start to feel it out and just. I mean, I know they have potential. Any team with a guy like Impex is just disgusting. And then Dracula and Power Moves, brothers in the bot lane. I know both of them are very good. Power was on my first Beer League team ever, season 1.5. And he's, I mean, it's a super nice guy, but he is very good at the role. So, I mean, if they can get it going, they have the keys to get it going. So hopefully they can get it going. But on the side of SB, they took a game away from IQ last week and then just absolutely destroyed Uwu this week. SB's kind of looking, they're on the up for sure. They're on the up for sure. I definitely would not be, super excited to play against that team, I would say. So I'll switch it over here to the standings, and we can just kind of go through here, and we can edit them really quick, and we'll see what it's looking like right now. There are still 2 series left to be played. Let's see if I can pull this up. Yeah, so we got here we got IQ taking another 2-0, Dog taking another 2-0, and now they're at 7 points. And then they're tied for first still. Now BBB like this. And then I guess SB would be fourth. And they'd be fifth. 4 points. Now they have a 1-1. So this is kind of what the standings are going to look like so far. We still do have 2 more series left, so really anyone's game here. And then Uwu got 2. So yeah, there's been this week. There's only been 2-0s. IQ 2-0'd, SB 2-0s now, and COG 2-0'd. So kind of a brutal week for a lot of teams so far. So yeah, here we go. This is what we got right now. We got tied in first, 7 points, IQ and COG. Tied for second, BBB and LTP. However, BBB has not played this week. 5th place, SB, after their 2-0 just now, with 4 points. Oh, and actually they would be tied for second, huh? Yeah, they would be tied for second. So it's a huge tie for second if this actually is how it ends up being at the end of the week. BBKK and sixth with 3 points. We have not played this week. That's my team. Mop with 2 points in seventh place. They have not played this week. Uwu 1 and SB. Wait, no, SB. I'm trolling. I forgot to delete the first SB. That's more like it. 3. Yeah. 1 and Uwu. They're going to be tied for 7th at least, and then CCC hasn't played yet, but they are tied for 7th right now. But yeah, there's some scary teams looking like it this season. ICOG looked disgusting last night. SB also looked insanely good tonight. So definitely some teams to look out for. But that will be it for us tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you Sunday, so 2 days from now, for a game at 6 o'clock, a series at 6 o'clock, and then a series at 9 o'clock. And hopefully both of those will get casted. If you're interested in casting, I'm gonna send out a document very soon, maybe even tonight, about how to get these overlays. And super fun to cast. You can do it by yourself, just like how I'm doing it tonight. You can do it with a friend or whatever, anyone you want. You can get your mom in there, or your girlfriend, whatever the heck you want. But yeah, just try it out. It's fun, honestly. I've never done casting before. I joined the beer league, and it's fun to do. You can get really into it. So yeah, I didn't really get into it tonight. It's definitely a later showing. So, but next time I'll get a little bit more into it. But yeah, so series of the week too. Miller Lite's week series of the week is the 6 o'clock show. So you're gonna want to check that one out. But anyways, that'll be it for us at the Beer League, and we will see you on Sunday.